Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video I'm going to be doing another installment of comics and graphic novels that I've been reading. This is the fourth time I've done this video, and in this one I basically go it's like a wrap up of all the comics and I suppose graphic novels I've been reading, so pretty self-explanatory in the title, but yeah, I've been slowly making my way through a lot of comics and graphic novels, and I finally got a decent sized list here to talk about. So yeah, this is what I've been reading in the past few months. So to begin with, I actually do have a couple of titles that I started reading and I forgot to mention in my last wrap up. So I did read the first two issues of Strange Academy. I haven't continued on with that just yet. I do have plans to, but yeah, just got way too many stories like comics and that on the go, so this one's taken a bit of a back burner, but I will get round to it at some point because I did enjoy the first two issues. So that one, and then I also read Batman 3 Jokers. I've since finished that story because it was only 3 issues. I enjoyed the first two issues. Issue 3 I felt was a bit lackluster because I didn't really like the ending all that much. The ending just felt really anticlimactic to that story, but I did enjoy like it overall. But yeah, so now we're moving on into what I've actually been reading. So I've been reading detective comics, so I read issues 1028 to 1031. I'm a few issues behind. I think they're up to like 1033 or 34, so I've still got a bit of catching up to do, but I've been curious in where the storyline's going post Joker War. So yeah, it's sort of been yeah, taking quite a number of turns. So got that one, and then I read issues 75 and 76 of Nightwing. I've got at least issue 77 still to read, but again, another one I've got to get back to. Then I read Batman issues 101 to 105 and the 5th Batman Annual. So this is following on from Joker War, so sort of dealing with the fallout from all of that. And also there's a new, I guess, anti-hero who's Clown Hunter. I had to sort of think of what his name was, so it's sort of been delving into that and sort of his connection to Batman. And yeah, I've been really enjoying the story. I think it's on pause for a couple of months now because they're doing Future State, which I actually haven't read anything yet, but from those lines. But I do have plans to like sort of delve into more of those spin-offs, but spin-offs really the right word? Well, like the newer titles that they're doing in the next couple of months. So got that. Then I read Teen Titans issues 46 and 47. This concludes the current Teen Titan run because it's relaunching in March, I think, with, is it Titans Academy or something like that? They're merging Titans with the Teen Titans, so it's sort of starting off a new series. So yeah, so I'm definitely curious to see where that's going, and especially if they deal with the fallout from Damian's actions, because in the last few issues, yeah, Damian has sort of crossed some lines, and now everyone's trying to sort of process that and deal with what he's currently doing. But I'd be curious to see if there's actually any fallout from that storyline in the new run of Titans. But and then I also read Young Justice issues 19 and 20. Again, this sort of concludes that story arc. So again, I enjoyed like this story. Is just sort of a fun like easy read in the thin. I will say I am glad that they did change, they stopped using the alias of Drake for Tim Drake, which I thought was pretty stupid, but which is, I guess so did a lot of people. But because he seems to be back to Robin now, like the main Robin, so I suppose we'll see what happens in the current storyline, because yeah, see what happens with the other characters and that who are in Young Justice. But so I've got that, and then I read Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issues 55. So this was the final issue for the current run of Mighty Morphin, because they've since spun off into 2 separate stories. I have not read either one of those, but I do want to get back into reading more Power Rangers because I did really enjoy Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so I want to sort of see where the different storylines go and that, so that one. And then I read Batman Beyond issues 48 and 49. I've still got to read issue 50, which is the final issue for this run of Batman Beyond. I don't know if they're relaunching it because, yeah, because they have cancelled a few different, like, stories to try and reduce, like, how much they've had on the go and that, which I'm rather sad about because I did really quite enjoy Batman Beyond, which I know I've still got, like, a huge, like, I haven't read any pre-Batman, Batman Beyond rebirths, and I still haven't watched the actual original cartoon that it's based on, so I do have some more Batman Beyond material to work my way through, but I did really enjoy Batman Beyond Rebirth. Then I read Immortal Hulk Book 1, so this covers the first 2 volumes of Immortal Hulk. This was sort of the first time, like, I've been reading anything to do with the Hulk, so it's sort of, series it's actually quite dark for, sort of, like, surprised, so I didn't really know too much about his characters beyond what's in the movies, and I know that's obviously changed, a lot of the, like, there's a lot of differences in that, but, I'm really intrigued with the story, so, and I think, especially where it, end of book 2 left off, like, volume 2 left off, so I do want to get back into, reading the rest of that series and seeing what happens, and that, so, that one. And then I read Catwoman Volume 1 Copycat, so this one takes place after the events of issue 50, which was the failed wedding between, Batman and Catwoman. I haven't actually read the new Batman Catwoman, like, limited series that's just been released or it's coming out. So as I said, I still have a lot of comics to catch up on, but I have started reading the Catwoman series, like the newer Catwoman series, so yeah, but that's, and then I read Batman The Adventures Continue 14. I don't know if there's currently any more issues coming out, because 14 concluded the Jason Todd Red Hood's, like, his storyline, like, introduction to the Batman animated series universe, so I'm not sure if there's any more, because I did actually really enjoy this, like, story, because it's like where they went with it and sort of seeing it adapted in, like, to continue, like, their further adventures and that, so yeah, so I'd be curious to see if there's actually any more issues coming out for that one. And then I read Hood Outlaw issues 50 and 51. I've got to read issues 52. So yeah, another one I'm behind on. Then I read Batman A Lonely Place of Dying. So this takes place after Batman A Death in the Family, which I read in a couple of months ago. So yeah, so this one introduces Tim Drake to like the Bat family, and also I believe it's, yeah, if I remember right, it's like because he's trying to because in this one he's basically trying to convince Dick Grayson to go back to being Robin, because Batman needs a Robin, and he's sort of unraveling after Jason Todd's death, so it's sort of seeing that. And then also it's just like how Tim becomes the new Robin as well, so I did really like, it's sort of interesting reading stories that were written, is it like the late 80s, 90s, I believe this one was written, so yeah, it's got sort of interesting, sort of going back to a different era of Batman comics, so that one. And then I caught up on Once and Future. I read issues 12 to 14. I'm really enjoying this series, sort of seeing them take on different old myths and stories, and sort of how these characters fit those roles. And yeah, it's definitely been an interesting experience. I love the grandmother. I think she's my favourite character in this series, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to reading more from this. And then I read Venom issues 29 to 32, so I know there's like a huge Marvel event going on. I can't think of what the actual, is it Krull? I want to say with the symbiotes, like there's a whole thing going on, but I've only been reading like the Venom side of it, so obviously I don't have all the backstory with what's currently going on, but I have been really enjoying Venom as well. Like, it's sort of one of the first Marvel comics that I sort of jumped onto with the recent run, so that one. And then I read just recently, I finished Batman New 52 Volume 1 Court of Owls. So this was a reread, but I read it like 5 years ago, so I wasn't too familiar with the I couldn't remember much of the original story. But rereading this, I was like, how did this not get me actually into Batman earlier? Because this story was, because I think initially I rated it a 4 out of 5, which is still a good, like obviously a good rating, but at the end of that first issue with that cliffhanger, I was like, how did that not get me excited to read more? But yeah, I loved revisiting Court of Owls, so I'm looking forward to, because I've started a reread. Well, I say reread, it's more the first 2 volumes, and then the rest will be like first time reads for me, because I want to make my way through the Batman New 52 line, because I've read, like, as you can see, I'm more or less up to date with the current Batman story, so I'm sort of going back to the New 52 and sort of trying to read some of those earlier like issues in that. But yeah, I loved reading this one, so I'm definitely looking forward to reading more Batman New 52. And then the last one that I have to talk about is Deceased Dead Planet. I finally finished this one off with issues 5 through to 7, and wow, this series was a roller coaster. Like, just sort of seeing like how it sort of what the characters went through, and then yeah, and like especially Constantine and sort of what he did to try and well, take on Trigons, because they had the threat of Trigon coming to Earth, and then also like, yeah, you had a whole like army of like I think they were basically like Bizarro, if was sort of then, so you had them going to destroy the anti-life equation, like the ones who'd been affected by the anti-life, and then everyone had, like, they developed the cure, and yeah, so it was a whole thing that was going on in the last few issues. And then yeah, and I got so many like Bat Family feels from this, like, this story. And Jason, oh my god, that was devastating to read with what happened to Jason in the story. But yeah, it was yeah, the last few issues were just excellent, and I need to just get around to reading Hope at World's End, because that's the only one I haven't read from this. I think that one, and I think there may be one more story that I haven't read from this like particular series. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to sort of reading like more from this universe. But yeah, so that is everything that I've read graphic novel wise, like comics and graphic novel wise, in the last few months. So I finished off a couple of series, I've been reading a few more graphic novels, and yeah, so slowly trying to make my way through ones I've started and things like that. But I'm just going to stop it here, so until my next video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!